also be inquisitive about AFA, a university, because I haven't been there before.
Got it.
So. All right, we're here with Tony Thornton from American Fence Association, and I wanted to stop by his office. He's right down the street from me, and he has been gracious enough to take time out of his day to spend some time with us on Thursday when we have Rotary Gate Systems training. I have had the experience of befriending a couple of people who are AFA members, and you were more than welcoming when I asked you for this favor and other favors, and that's for somebody who's a non-member. So I can't thank you enough for taking time. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So we've got a couple of things for you guys over the next few months that are pretty exciting. So first of all, FA University, that's right around the corner, and maybe you could tell us kind of what to look forward for in that if you're a gate installer or fence installer.
Sure. The American Fence Association launched what we call AFAU University several years ago. It's always held the first week of November. It'll be held again this year in Arlington, Texas. And this year we will be hosting the Fence Installation School, where we take young, people that's in our industry to say, hey, let me teach you the trade in order to help our labor force in the future. So Fence Installation School is a hands-on 2-hour curriculum each morning with hands-on in the afternoon, where we actually build the fence. We build chain link, wood, ornamental, farm and ranch, and vinyl. So those are the 5 key disciplines that we teach, and it's been an overwhelming success since we launched that several years ago. Running concurrent with the Fence Installation School, we also have Operator Installer School, which has been around, our mainstay, our wheelhouse, so to speak, for years and years, in the fact that we're teaching, the industry how to properly install gate operators and meet the necessary standards for UL and ASTM, which is the big ticket right now. So we're trying our best to make sure that little Johnny and little Susie are protected and that there's no injuries occurring, meeting the standards that's being shown. We usually have about 60 to 70 people go through Operator Installer School each year, and when they leave there, they're much better hands-on employees and knowledgeable about all aspects, because it truly is not only classroom, but they put their hands on the operators. They install it, they wire it, they lay it out. They're even having an inspection at the end of the week where people come in and actually destroy their install to where it can be serviced. So we teach them a little bit about the service aspect as well. Running concurrently with FIS and OIS, we have our Fence Contractor Business School, which I'm very excited about. We launched it for the first time last year, and Fence Contractor Business School is taking an individual that is a good installer, and now we're going to teach him the business side of this. So this individual knows the trades, he knows how to dig a hole, he knows how to mix cement, he knows how to do a job layout, he knows how to build fence. But what we're trying to do is help him understand the business piece. What are your safety aspects, your OSHA aspects, all your standards, what is your legal parameters, what's your sales and marketing, all aspects of estimating and bidding and how to run a company and be profitable. That's what we're teaching. And our goal with Fence Contractor Business School is to, once that individual goes through that they go ahead and get certified as what we call a Certified Fence Contractor, CFC, which we launched last year as well. And that's gaining a tremendous amount of momentum, where those are individual certifications for those people in upper management or owners of fence companies, but ultimately they're going to be able to turn that certification into a company accreditation. So that's where the excitement is with AFA and AFA University right now, and the growth that we're seeing through helping the labor force and our companies, really ramp up their labor force in a much more effective manner than just putting them out there on a crew and hopefully they learning something. We're actually putting it to work.
That's how I learned. It's got to be good for everybody.
It's got to be, yeah.
Here's a bag of tools. Go get it. So with the Gate Operator Installer School, is there certification that will be received at the end of that?
At the end of the week, you go through Operator Installer School, but at the end of the week, you have the opportunity to have the Certified Automatic Gate Operator Installer. CAGOI is, CAGOI is what a lot of people call it, but CAGOI. Yeah. But that certification exam is given on Friday afternoon after the week-long training is done. And probably about 90% of our participants that go through operator installer school usually sign up for that certification, because we're already seeing that in specifications, we're already seeing that in requirements, and definitely because the standards is requiring it, it's a big ticket right now.
And that's not just a small thing that'll just be local for Dallas, or that's a nationwide program?
Nationwide program.
Gotcha.
Yep, absolutely.
So last year, or this year actually, 2019 was the first year for me to go to Fence Tech, and I think if you were going to go to a Fence Tech, this one was the one to really go to of the ones in the past, because you combined it with other people.
Yep.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Other organizations. So what were the other organizations that you combined it with?
We're very fortunate to have forged a relationship with NOMA, National Ornamental Miscellaneous Metals Association, 3 years ago. So they've been co-locating with us for 3 years. This year, we just signed a new 5-year contract where NOMA will be part of AFA's Fence Tech for the next 5 years. We began negotiating with the International Door Association, IDA, who all we know, with the synergies in our industry with the automation, doors, docking, those type things. And we had our first co-locate with IDA this last year, our Door Expo in Indianapolis. It was a huge success. We had record-setting numbers, and we will be partnering with IDA again this upcoming year in Salt Lake City, which this is the first venue for IDA, AFA, and NOMA to all be under one roof, but it's also the first time that any of these organizations have been to Salt Lake City with a trade show. So we're very excited about it. We're already seeing a huge registration on the show floor.
Well, I'll be there. The only thing that I have to complain about is there's not enough time to go around.
Well, let me share with you, last year we only had 2 days.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that was just an agreement between the organizations and the parameters that the convention center give us. This year we're actually going to be 3 days, so we're going to give you another day, a full day, to hopefully make it through the whole show floor and see all 3 organizations at work.
Well, it was very kind of you guys to extend Access Control Forum the opportunity to do videos there. It's once it's on YouTube, it's out there forever, and you guys were so kind for us to be able to approach the manufacturers, ask them for their permission, and then get their approval after the video is edited, and be able to put that out. That's not something that happens in very many organizations.
Well, we appreciated the opportunity as well, because again, using that as a catalyst to let others that never attended a Fence Tech know what a Fence Tech is about. Coming from someone besides the American Fence Association, it actually carries a lot of weight. So we appreciated, you getting plugged into that and then doing the series that you did. And I think we'll probably see some attendance this year based on that.
Well, I appreciate that. We had a couple of manufacturers that did really good support. BD Loops, they sent out an email blast. EMX sent out an email blast. And with participants like that, I mean, it's great for everybody. We were just talking about that before we turned on the camera, that there are so many people that do not look at this as an opportunity. Even though all this information is being shared with possibly your competitors, they don't look at it as an opportunity to grow their business and be more competitive by growing your knowledge.
That's true. Our industry is a small industry in the big picture, and so many people have their competitive hats on to the point where they don't want to share their successes or even their failures. More so probably that than the successes, and that's really holding our industry back. I learned from industry people, my peers that taught me, you and others as well. So if we can collectively come together and have shared conversations about how to improve the industry, ultimately it's going to improve our operation. So let's quit being selfish with that and try to engage with that opportunity, because those roundtables and those open discussions can honestly benefit our industry as a whole.
Well, I appreciate you coming Thursday. Is it fair to say that you don't do this all the time? Is that correct? Going out to a non-organized AFA event and talking just to people who are non-members. That's
Well, Michael,
not the biggest popular thing. that
You just
guys
met
do.
me this last year, but I enjoy talking, especially about AFA. So if an opportunity is for me to be there and promote AFA and tell you about the passion I have for the industry, being a 45-year veteran, you know, I mean, I grew up in this industry. I'm a fence guy, you know, that got into automation, and I love every aspect of it. And when I get in front of people and have the opportunity to speak on that behalf, you know, they see the passion, they see the desire to find our improvement, and we appreciate the opportunity to be there.
Good.
You know, and those people that'll be there, hopefully we can share some benefits to them, the why be an AFA member, because I do believe we got a lot of opportunities.
I have to agree with that, and membership is something that I'm going to have to take a look at, but until then I'm going to take advantage of all the stuff that you guys have, such as Fence Tech and AFA University. So this Thursday, it's going to be August 1st, going to be 8 to 5. I think we've got Tony scheduled right in the middle of the day, which is great because at lunch you'll be able to talk his ear off. He won't be able to get away. And I was saying this in a video earlier. It's fair to say that between the four of us, you, Shane, Brian, and me, there may be 100 years of, that's aging us, but almost close to 100 years of field experience out there. So it could be not part of Tony's talk or not part of Brian or me or Shane's talk where you actually gain the value. The value may be in between the classes or possibly after the class when we do a little bit of networking for the last 30 minutes, an hour. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking time to talk to us.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you on
we look
Thursday.
forward to it. Y'all be there.